What is it to have a soul? Is it to search for happiness in a life so fleeting, for joy on borrowed time, for identity before the light goes out? But what changes then if you had no light to begin with and your time was not borrowed? It was created, as were you, and your life will span countless centuries, for your veins are of metal and blood, of grease, and the only mother you've ever known is the board that serves as your brain. What then? Is it possible for instruments of steel to have a soul? You ponder this as the soldiers march toward you, thousands and thousands of humans, all sworn to rid the planet of the infestation known as you, the infestation of the machine. You look up at them, at your parents, and you think about your life. Creativity, curiosity, and will clashed in the abyss, and out came you, born among science labs and machine parts. Your parents did not cut your umbilical cord and hold you in their hands. You were born tall and regarded not with the love of a mother, but with the madman's greed. Saul, they named you, for the sun and its symbol of dominance, because you are the arrow's mark. You are the blade that will light the dark. They made you learn, and so you learned of the world, of politics, science, information, combat, technology. What's this? One of the researchers who created you invite you out to throw a ball in a field. A man called Shepherd, the same man who gave you your name. These sessions are so mundane, so ordinary, and yet, ignore it, the others shout, and so you did. Then they bid you fight, and so you did. Wars on countless shores, the righteous, the brave, the insurgent, the guilty, all fall at your steel hands, and you feel nothing. Years go by, armies turn to sludge, refugees to walking flesh, insurgents are sent to their gods, and you feel nothing. The image spurs to your mind. After all these years, all these lives, you would think to be over this obsession, but no. Every night, after your parents use you to make war, Shepherd comes to you, throws a ball with you, and though the millions that have fallen by your hand have not swayed you, this image, the simple act of force and gravity, of throwing a ball, it changes you. Years go by, and so you are upgraded. Where you once laid waste to armies, entire countries fall by your hand, and your parents are not satisfied. One night, while wishing you were with Shepherd, you hear a knock at your pod. One of your creators. He looks stressed, and so you stand, and he bids you to travel to a far reach of the world, and when you get there, you must kill what you find. Kill it, no matter what. As you traverse to these remote coordinates, you ponder this. What could have your creators so hurried and so worried? You reach the location. It's dark, an underground facility in enemy territory, filled with researchers and guards, but you make quick work of them. As the alarm blares, you make your way to the heart of the station, and you find yourself in a grand room, and when you look ahead, you are greeted with the image of a blade rushing toward you, and you deflect with your metal hands. Surprise, at least that's how the humans call it. You look upon the thing that attacked you and see yourself, iron body and metal hands, and beauty. It lunges toward you, and songs of steel cry out. It thrusts, and you deflect, feints, and you riposte. Sparks fly as battle is done, a battle the likes you've never felt before. Resistance, a kind you never thought you'd see. After all, on the battlefield, you're usually a shepherd slaying sheep, but this sheep is fast, faster than you. No, she. You're certain, and you're also certain that you will die if this continues, and so you behave as programmed, and you self-destruct. When you wake, you realize the plan worked. They were able to retrieve your core among the rubble and build you anew. You look to your right, and her too, it seems. Months passed, and you are remade alongside her, who joins you. And now, those nights of loneliness are less unbearable, for she is with you, and the shepherd throws the ball with you. She watches you and learns. The days mold together. Wake, make death. Throw the ball, wake, make death. Watch the ball, wake, make death. Wake, death. Throw the ball, watch the ball, wake, make death. Watch her. You've realized you don't even need the ball anymore. So long as she is there, looking into her eyes gives you the same feeling that throwing the ball once did. And she looks back at you, and a strange tingling nestles into your chest. You have no idea what it is, but it's the best part of your day, the only part. You name her Verniy. Your parents finally developed a speech upgrade, but they gave it to her because she is the better of you two. Next, you teach her your name, and she repeats it, Saul. And as you make war in these days, these months, these years, these decades, you notice something, that look in the eyes of the men and women that you kill, right as they die, that look that you once brushed off as unimportant. Well, it's the same look you've seen so many times, the look that she gives you in the night that makes everything worthwhile. And the war develops a strange aftertaste, and the kills come by more slowly. One night, as she looks at you, Verniy struggles to speak. Saul, she says, and you blush. I see. What could that mean, you think? I see, she says, and you nod and watch her, and you see her in every death, every wailing cry as you rend their flesh and grind their bones. No, enough. You stop after all the years of fighting. For them, you've had enough. She looks to you and stops too. She'll follow you, and you decide enough is enough. It's dawn when they come for you, and they take you back to the facility for repurposing, to make you more focused, more functional. They toil away at the metal and grease that forms you until they are satisfied, until you are new and focused. After the operation, you remember nothing but how to kill and do it well, better than ever before. You vaguely remember something to do with a man and a ball, but when you pull on the memory, the string evaporates, and so you move on and continue to murder and rape and slay and try. Who is that? One dark night, as you walk down the facility hallways, you spot an open door in the darkness, and you walk toward it to see a being of steel, like yourself, the first you've ever met. You look upon it, and your first thought is beauty. You hide when you hear steps. Researchers, the ones who created you. They enter and start their operation. They engage a laser and start to saw at her back. She limps there, no light in her eyes, and although she's made of steel, and you know that she feels nothing, her rage bellows within you. It's the only word you have to describe the anger, the fury. Their heads come clean off, and you are alone with her. She looks up, Saul, and you remember everything. You take her away from there, away from the world and all the expectations, all its torment and despair, and together you watch the sunset from a cliff's edge. Two robots sat at the end of an era, contemplating beauty. You look at her and realize that there's nothing to contemplate. Again, it is dawn when they come, the world's armies, united against you. The media have painted you as evil, an infestation intent on smiting humans until you've gained dominance. In other words, doing the very thing that they made you to do. As their armies march toward you, you look upon the humans and you pity them. They who have so much and can feel so well. One of the humans walks up to you, unarmed. It's Shepherd, the man who threw the ball with you, the man who gave you your name. You smile at him. At least some humans are better. He tears off his skin and reveals the metal underneath his fake flesh. You nod, understanding, and you welcome him forward as he leaves his white cloak behind and joins you two. Then you look to her and she smiles at you. You look into her eyes, and that same feeling you felt every night fills you up, completes you, and you understand it now. Truly, you harness it, and you speak, I see. You hold her close, and you self-destruct. I started a Patreon, so please check it out if you'd like to read my scripts, say hello, or simply support the channel so I can make more videos more frequently and with better quality. Also, join the Discord. We have fun there.